This video is actually like a record of my last few months. Custom orders, new paintings, and a few glimpses of daily life. I wanted to show how an artist really works. Because usually we only see the finished product, but there is so much more emotion behind it.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away. Girl, tonight you look so pretty, yes you do. Times Square can't shine as bright as you, I swear it's true. Hey there, Delilah, don't you worry
The last few months, they were spent surrounded by paint, brushes, and stories. Sometimes I worked quietly, sometimes I got lost on painting for hours. This video is not only a record of paintings I made, it is also a record of the time, thoughts, and feelings behind those paintings.
Oh, it's what you do to me. Oh, it's what you do to me. What you do to me. Hey there, Delilah, I know times are getting hard, but just believe me, girl, someday I'll pay the bills with this guitar. We'll have it good. We'll have the life we knew we would. My word is good. Hey there, Delilah.
Being an artist sometimes seems romantic from the outside, but actually, you often work alone. You're incisive. You don't like something, you start again. But I think that's the best part.
Oh, it's what you do to me. 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 1,000 miles seems pretty far, but they've got planes and
Working
trains and
with oil
cars on my
paints, it's a
street.
process that requires patience.
Friends with all
Each
the
layer,
fun
while
about me
concealing the
when the
previous
sky
one,
fell long
at the same
because I
time
don't
reveals a
remember
new
time I
story.
felt this way.
Sometimes the colors
But
blend
I
together,
can promise you
sometimes
that
an
by the
expression
time that
emerges
we get
hours
to
later.
the where we'll never
And at that
ever be the
moment,
same.
the painting no
Your
longer belongs to me, it belongs to its own path.
Hey there, Delilah, you be good and don't you miss me. 2 more years and you'll be done with school, and I'll be making history like I do. You know it's all because of you. We can do whatever we want to. Hey there, Delilah, here's to you.
Starting a painting usually begins with an emotion. Then come the colors, brush strokes, and slowly a story emerges.
Oh, it's what you do to
But
me.
most of the time, it means being alone
Oh, it's
with
what you
yourself in a
do to
quiet room,
me.
being indecision,
Oh, it's what
starting
you
over
do
and
to
over again,
me.
and patience. But you know what? You don't succeed most of the time. But you should not give up. At least I didn't. Also, speaking of being alone, I can't exactly say I'm alone in this room. Perhaps you're familiar with him, but I realized I've never introduced him to you. In fact, I'm not even talking about myself. Maybe you're a stranger watching my videos, but you don't even know me. I don't know if it's necessary, but how can you understand my paintings without knowing me? I can say I do anything particularly artistic, but I guess I'm chasing something. Um, well, let's call it introspective. Yes, introspective. Or impressionist. Soft brush strokes. I love that. Anyway, his name is Smoke. I call him Smoke. It's his English name. Actually, his Turkish name is Kömür. I don't know if you understand. Okay.
Since the spirit made you cry, you will wait for
This lady might look familiar to you. Her name is Belle Mikulskis. Instagram ID is Floral Belle. I hope I pronounce correctly. Yeah, her she was so popular in that at that point, one point, almost every artist of they might have painted her. I'm not kidding. I'm one of them too. Actually, I had a few emotions I wanted to add to her reference. Maybe sadness, acceptance, like reflecting the sadness of a woman from a bygone era, but I believe I didn't quite capture the emotion. Still, as you'll see later, I found the background quite nice. So let me know, guys, what your thoughts on it. I started taking commissions at the end of December and the beginning of January. My February was spent on them. Each one was challenging in its own way. But I remember struggling the most with the woman portrait. Even starting over 3 days in a row, I even doubt myself about my own talent. Even though I thought like that, I had to communicate with my client and earn the money I received upfront. This might be the most stressful job I've ever had. Is being an artist easy? Ask me. This commission was actually quite emotional. A lady whose father had passed away contacted me and said she wanted to um, picturize um, an old memory she had with her brother and father. Anyway, I tried to do it in my own style as best as I could. But I realized when you do commissions, people have expectations of you. You have to be good enough. You have to make it look like something out of the picture. But at the same time, you have to add style so that people know it's yours when they see it. And of course, no matter what, your communication must be good and polite. Even if the clients are rude or know it all. Yeah. And also, if you can guess, I love going to the store, art store, or any store. Anyway, uh, I love frames. I got a few frames for my paintings. I put some, um, one of my gouache attempts actually, but it looks really good. And here it comes a little bit of, not little bit, a lot, a lot of packing orders, packaging, paintings, commissions. It's gonna be here soon. So enjoy watching, cause I'm waiting for this for years. You know, I want to always record them into a video, but it's finally happened. Yeah. Smoke. Shut up. I'm recording. Voiceover. Yeah.
So nice in your shirt. It's sad because it just hurts. I do anything for you, but will you do that for me too? 'Cause I swallowed the bubble gum. These 7 years will be pretty dumb. Pink flowers grow from my skin. Pepto-Bismol fades and die.
Also, I made my own reference pictures with really random items. So yeah, here's the picture I did. I tried to make still life process. You know, it's on my pattern actually, the full process. But I will show you, of course.
Begins to hide. It's not over, and the window turning light two, and candles burn out, and the record is faded down. I know you've got people to turn to, and two, and candles burn out, and the record is faded down. I know you've got people to turn to. What is it that's keeping one foot out and the other crawling in bed? And what is it that's keeping you alone and leaving after we slow dance?
Also, I thought I was going into the new year sick, but I found out I'm actually allergic to animal hair. Well, that doesn't stop me from eating smoke.
And we fall back in routine. It can't be over. And I remember everything. You used to know her. I could trace it all the way back. I could trace it all the way back. And two, when candles burn out and the record is faded down, I know you've got people to turn to. And two, when candles burn out and the record is faded down, I know you've got people to turn to. What is it that's keeping one foot out and the other crawling in bed? And what is it that's keeping you alone and leaving after we slow dance? And two, when candles burn out and the record is faded down, I know you've got people to turn to. And two, when candles burn out and the record is faded down.
I wanted to use grayish background for the creamy base instead of creamy base, but it will be more white or pinkish in the future. This is just to show where it starts or where it ends. When painting with oils, the first day is actually usually just a simple base for me. So the second day, when I continue painting, it will be probably the day I completely change everything up, add detail, and create the main image. So that second day is more important to me than the base. Because as much as I say I like impressionist style, I like also alla prima technique, but I really don't like wet on mats too much. It's okay, it's good at the first day, but I really like to paint on a dry panel or canvas, then I can control the paint, so it won't mix with the base colors. When I paint for pleasure, I try to simplify the reference as much as possible because it's very difficult to realistically depict still lifes, especially. And I don't really like realism at all. instead of trying to paint everything exactly as it's in a photograph. I prefer simpler brushstrokes, soft blue look, subtle ambiguity, and highlighting a particular subject. So my aim here was to focus on the tangerines in the foreground. I didn't add much detail to the tomatoes in the background. I just indicated the positions. It's enough for you to understand what's there after all. We are painters, guys, not a photocopier, right? Smoke was a stray cat. He used to show us affection in our yard. Not content with that, one night he climbed onto our roof and came in through the window. Can you believe it? He even came with his toy mouse. He gave it to us. But the thing is, the vet says after 4 months or something, um, he was corona when he came. By the way, we keep him in the separate room with Titsi, the other cat. After 3 months, I guess the middle of March, he suddenly passed out. Um, he was meowing like in pain. Then I took him to the vet. He tasted him and said he has a small heart. It was devastating. I was in shock. I even recorded with the phone cam, but I was really sad. I get used to it actually. Right now, he's still not that good. Actually, he's playing around all the time, run around, and he don't like to be in the stuck in a room. But actually, we have downstairs in the house. It's big and he can run, but it's not good for his heart. He takes medicines every day. I don't know how to do this, how to handle this, but I really love him and we'll take care of him no matter what. The vet says we saved him from the wild life from the outside. January, February, March, the snow days passed. Uh, so he's good inside the warm house with us. He has drinks, he has water, he has food, But I hope he will be good in the future. I don't know. You can leave comments for me. I really want to know what else I can do for him. Yeah, I really love him. He's like a little child to me. He's so cute. I hope he will be good. Pay me for some luck.
Laisserai des mots en dessous de ta porte, en dessous des murs qui chantent, tout près de la place où tes pieds passent, cachés dans les trous de ton divan. Et quand tu es seul pendant un instant, ramasse-moi quand tu voudras, embrasse-moi quand tu voudras.
And yeah, this was the painting that I mentioned before. This woman portrait killed me. It really killed me. I spent almost a week in this portrait, and I usually spend just 3 days in a portrait or another another just base oil. Anyway, it really kills me, but I I I didn't like it. I hate it actually. I I didn't like how it turned out, but I don't think I am good at that at all, because the last ending pose was not like my style. I don't even use blue like that. I don't even pop up the colors like that. I really like more smooth looks, more nude tones, more uh, realism. Realism, not like that, but more. Guys, it's like Monet or Sargent's, and not like more rich colors. I don't like too much saturation. Yeah, something like that. So it's hard to keep your style with commissions. I really hope I can handle it in the future. But these past few months was really good about practicing different subjects. I did practice animals, portraits, even naturals. I did still lifes. I showed you. It's really good to do practice more, so you can find your style, see what you really look like to do, what you like to do, or if you don't know anything about what you like, at least you can find what you don't like. I hope you know what I mean.
Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur, mais pas de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, l'a juré pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. Hold me close and hold me fast. This magic spell you've cast, this is la vie en rose. When you kiss kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see la vie en rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en rose.
Feel like the same way, like when you get a commissions, you have to finish it immediately. Or rather, I feel like I'm not allowed to play with colors. I feel restricted because they expect realism from me. Even though they say they respect my style, when a client gives me a reference, they expect it look like the same. But how? Oh my god, I'm not a machine. In these situations, I just copy and transfer to the canvas without really bothering with sketching. That way I don't have to deal with nonsense like it doesn't look like it. But there's a problem. When I transfer the sketch, a lot of physical differences appear. It's as if the photograph looks more accurate when I depict it the way I see it. I had the same problem when I was painting the woman portrait. I transferred the sketch for 3 days, but when I painted it, it looked like one of her eyes was looking to the right and the other was looking towards Los Angeles airport. Oh my goodness, I can't deal with this.
Tell me all about your summer night. The day I walk. What you think about? Tell me all about it. Tell me how you had to climb to the sound, slide down on the cloud into the sea. Tell me how you chased the seagull. What you think about summer nights? Tell me all about. Tell me all about what you think about summer nights.
I usually start a painting by creating a light sketch filled with dark areas. This way I can then transition to the mid-tones. If you, like me, prefer a soft brush stroke, here's an important tip. You should use less oil and more paint on your brush. And always clean it with tissue. That's how you achieve that soft look. Yeah, that's all. You can play with the colors if you prefer more saturated tones. For example, instead of a plain white, you can use a shade mixed with light blue. I didn't create the exact same color for the brown lip area. for the left dog. Getting the exact color right is a difficult adventure in a way. This is your canvas and you're the artist. Use whatever color you want. For the background, I used a darker and lighter shade of the same tone. The dog on the left had darker fur than the other, so I applied the lighter version to it. I applied the darker version to the dog on the right. So I wanted to make them stand out and prevent them from getting lost among the colors. Yeah. Also, I want to warn you about something. I'm a bit of a novice in this matters. Anyway, one day, Smoke jumped onto my paint and I wiped away his fur to stop him from licking it, but he still licked a bit before we got to the vet. The vet trimmed his fur and gave him a protective liquid to drink. What I mean is, our little friends can be very curious, especially if you're an artist and you have pets. Please keep them away from that area. At least prevent him from jumping on it. I was actually watching him. He was right next to me, but he jumped on it suddenly and I couldn't catch him. Since that day, I've started using closed back palettes. I even hold the palette in my lap sometimes. I'm starting to create the face's outline by mixing cadmium red and dark verde greens. It's a sufficient shade, especially for shadows. Don't use blue in shadows. I recommend using green to neutralize the red. Later you can add yellow, ochre, or white to transition to medium tones. I don't find using a single tone palette appropriate, but both warm and cool colors should be used. That's why I started adding blue tones as I progressed towards the beard. This way I issued a cool skin tone. And I made a mistake. Copying the background color from the reference was a mistake because there were differences between the skin tone in the photo and the one I create. Mine turned out a bit warmer, and that's why I think I made a mistake by painting it pink to match the background with reference. Maybe I should have used a different shades, at least a light blue or blue to highlight the face. I don't know. So in consolation, you should create the background color by evaluating the colors, the reference, and your own results. So be careful about that. I mentioned the difficulties of doing commissions. This couple portrait job was the last commission I received in February. When the lady contacted me, she only had an idea in mind. I told her that combining several photos to create a theme is really difficult. Also, I only had an idea and some references I found myself. Even though I saw their faces in the photos, I had trouble getting them into the right pose. She was a very detail oriented lady and felt the same difficulty. We made a few changes according to her wishes. She had every right to do so, of course. But for me, creating a concept from scratch was another mistake. The last thing I want to say is if you're going to take a commission, always have a ready made reference and paint it. If possible, take the photos of the people under the studio lighting because it's really hard to translate someone else's dream into a painting. When I first started with the idea, it it intrigued me, but I knew the face references weren't in the same pose, and I told her that, but unfortunately it ended with a refund. And another problem was that it was expected to be done within 4 days, 4 or 5 days actually, because he has emergency. It was his birthday gift. So I know I warned you before about this, but I was also confident. So this means we shouldn't overestimate ourselves, maybe. Yeah. So it's end up sitting on my studio, but I can't uh, repaint over it. But it was good actually. But yeah, this is the end of my few months vlog. I I made so many mistakes and take them in some odd way, but yeah. Thank you for being here. If you're still here, I'm really grateful if you watch my vlog to the end. See you again soon. Take care of yourself. Bye. Bye, guys.